What's up guys, Sintani here, bringing you yet again some more Guild Wars 2 action. And this one we're going to take a look at my level 15 Revenant, give you my thoughts, impressions, build ideas, and like dungeon slots, strengths, weaknesses that I've noticed thus far. I think this is the furthest I've ever taken a Revenant, because when it first came out, I only took him to like 10 and I started working on my Necro again. So, what's unique in the Revenant is, like with the Elementalist, we saw that depending on which element you select, these here change, whereas depending on which one of the legends that the Revenant pulls from will change these ones. All 5 of these will change depending on if I'm in this stance or the other stance. And there are multiple stances that you can choose from, so the downside I see with that is it leaves you pretty limited in your options over here. And you're pretty much locked into the abilities you unlock from that stance. Apparently I need to repair. But let's go ahead and take a look. They are one of the heavy armor classes, so they're a lot tankier, whatnot. Actually, we'll just jump into this first really fast. So, like, this one is just for the legendary dwarf. So all of these abilities have to be used in the legendary dwarf stance. Which, I mean, honestly cuts down on your own personal customization a lot, because you have heal skill and then 4 slots. You start with the heal skill, being as you start with the dwarf stance, and you get 4 slots. Heal and heal in 4 slots. Unlock stance, heal 4 slots. Unlock, heal 4 slots. So that sucks because you are strictly locked into those options for your second set of things, or second set of 5 abilities. As far as the weapons go, let's take a look at this. A hammer, big ass two-handed hammer, two-handed weapon, right? You see this, you think melee. Not with a Revenant. It is a ranged weapon. You just fling it. Comes with a couple AoEs, blocks incoming projectiles, really nice. Again, AoE, just not targeted. You just slam the ground and it cascades energy out. That's your little wall, this is your little thing. Really nice, the entire time you're evading, so if they're attacking you, it doesn't hit. And then you form a mist hammer and then you hit people with it. It does knockdown, I do believe. Yes. As far as the other one, this one is more Condi situated. Doing mace and axe. Torment, and poison. Burning, more torment, chilled and slow, and it's also a good initiate and reposition, being as you throw it and the axe goes through them, damages them as it goes through, and chills them, and then you shadow step behind it. And then this one is more torment and confusion, and it's a little like centralized thing, like if people are starting to spread out or trying to run, you just pull that and it sucks them right back into that rift. Wrong button. Sword, vulnerability, chilled, and might. Sword offhand, defensive stance, blocks incoming attacks for 2 seconds, and then stab your foe, connecting them to you, shadow step backwards and pull them toward you, gives you fury, and chills them. I'm sure it will also interrupt, being as you're pulling them. Hammer, we already saw. Fling a giant ass hammer, it'll hit anything in its path, so little ground slam. You jump out, you can use this as an initiate even. It would be pretty good for an initiate because they're running toward you, they're chilled, so they're moving slower, blocks all the projectiles in front of you, and then a massive hammer to strike the ground and give you knockdown. Axe offhand, we just went through. Mace, we just went through. Staff, this seems more of a melee styled staff usage, like we saw with the, potentially saw with the thief anyways. Swipe your foe, your foe with a staff. Yeah. Swipe your staff at your foe. Sweep your staff at your foe. Gain access to debilitating strike if the foe is struck with it. Apply his weakness. Not certain what the debilitating slam would do. Create a rift in the mist, warding you from attack. While the rift is open, projectiles will hit nearby foes, blinding them. Wave of mist energy that heals and removes conditions from allies. One of the first big support things you'll see, besides afflicting chilled and vulnerability. I think it's the only heal they have. Charge forward, knocking back enemies across your path. Shield offhand, this is your elite spec weapon. Envoy of Exuberance, granting protection to all allies before releasing a burst of energy that heals allies and grants protection. And then channel a shield from the mission effects and blocking attacks and rage ends. The shield is going to be a lot more of your support styled. They are called Herald, I do believe. Yes, Herald. And yeah, you get the shield unlocked. Legendary Dragon. Grants nearby allies regeneration every few seconds. So yes, the Herald is definitely going to be more support. On yourself and grants nearby allies might every few seconds. Swiftness to nearby allies. Fury to nearby allies, and protection to everybody. So Herald is definitely going to be the more support. Up until that point, you're going to see them possibly... I mean, even in the Legendary Dragon, you can probably tank really well with that. Is you're kind of a tank and healer support built into one. You're going to see them sitting in... A Condi Rev is probably going to want to focus on DPS and the support conditions. So you'll want decent power, you'll want condition damage and condition duration. If you want a tank, then you'll probably be going possibly with the hammer or sword and something. Or maybe just staff. Staff could be fun, maybe. I don't know. Might be difficult to see them tank, being as maybe sword tank, because you got that defense there, you got fury there, you can pull people on that, like if you lose aggro, instantly hit them with that and then pull them right back to you, and hopefully pull everyone else with you as you maintain the aggro. Be really interesting to see them tank, honestly. I see them fitting more comfortably in the DPS role. One good thing with the door stance that's pretty good tanking staff, especially with these, is that this bar as you attack will fill up using some of these, using these abilities. Like that one costs a little bit and it continually drains it as it's active. And it'll sit at 50 idly, and then as you attack it goes up. As you use these abilities it goes down.
Last now and feast on their anguish.
Upsides to Revenant if you want to play a heavier styled and fill a DPS role really well. Like, biggest thing I can't do, granted it's been so long since I played it, so I don't even know if this comparison is active anymore. It would be like a Retribution Paladin from World of Warcraft. They were more, back when I played, Retribution was a lot more DPS oriented than tanking and healing. So this one like feels akin to that to me, from what I remember anyways. A lot more DPS. The biggest downside is these second set of abilities are strictly locked to whatever stance you're in, so yeah, it's got a decent cooldown to switch. 10 seconds or so, probably. You'll see a lot of Condi Revenants in PvP. That's usually the ones you typically will see. Let's go beat up on this guy real fast. Get some hammer spinning. And what's nice on that is, as they're spinning, it reduces incoming damage coming towards you too, plus damages them, and looks like it heals you a little bit. It's also unblockable. And the other one, you have confusion and damage, and remove and strips buffs from them, and grants resistance to yourself and nearby allies. Absorb conditions from those allies, granting additional resistance per condition. So it's good AoE team cleanse. Pop that, give them resistance and yourself resistance, including more resistance, depending on how many debuffs you strip. And I think that's about it for these guys. I mean, they don't have a lot of weapon slots, and you can't get too crazy in the builds, being as depending on what stance you're in, you're locked into your second set of abilities. Dwarf appears to be more tanky style. Yeah, launch a chain at your target. When it connects, slows and taunts them. Create a stone road that damages and weakens foes as it's created. Once it's created, it will pulse, granting stability to allies. And then, of the right of the Great Lord, to turn yourself and nearby allies to stone, reducing incoming damage. Very, very tanky there. Demon, heal yourself. More for every condition applied. That's the confusion, that's that one. Leap towards the target area, creating a demonic field of torments and chills. And then summon the power of the legendary demon, transform into a powerful avatar, increase all attributes, and pulse torment to nearby foes. You completely ignore blind, 10% to all stats, and you're pulsing every second torment for I don't know how long it lasts. Doesn't give me a duration on how long it lasts. And then the pulse is a 240 radius. Centaur is going to be more of your healing styled abilities. Put Ventari's tablet into the world. The tablet will heal allies near it every few seconds. I'd learn to talk. These videos would go a lot smoother, probably faster. Collect energy, pulling it in the tablet to build up its power. After a short delay, the energy will be released, healing all nearby allies. Remove conditions from allies near the tablet and heal them for a small amount per condition removed. So yeah, definite support at the Centaur stance. Summon a protective barrier around the tablet and that destroys enemy projectiles. To erupt from the tablet, knocking back nearby foes and leaving behind energy fragments that heal allies who lose all remaining energy, and remove conditions from allies based on the amount of energy lost. 5 fragments. Huh. Assassin is going to be another DPS, I would assume. Summon enchanted daggers that will attack as you attack, siphoning life from targets hit. That's really nice. How long does that last? Duration 15 seconds. Initial heal is 93, so I've been healing is 40 or 35. 6 hits every half second. Evade back quickly through the mist, removing debilitating conditions, so it's just a self-cleanse. Will also break a stun. Empower yourself with hero speed and quickness to quickly take out enemies. Gives you quickness and super speed. Step through the mist to your target. Your next few attacks can't be blocked, so it seems like it's going to be a shadow step. And then next, is it 2 attacks? Being as there's a 2 there, or is it just 5 seconds worth of attacks? Call upon the Jade Wind to turn nearby enemies into Jade, stunning them for a short duration. It's kind of cool, but it also really is limiting that you can only select those abilities, so kind of a fail on the Revenant, in my opinion. Really limits your customization abilities and filling unique situations. But still, so far, really had fun with him. Deal considerable damage, especially with the Condi build with the Mason axe. A hammer is there just because, why the hell not? Who doesn't like throwing a giant two-handed hammer at people? And again, pretty standard. The Mason axe is for sure a Condi build, whereas the hammer is probably more of a power build. Other weapons, sword will probably. I mean, you'd probably benefit a bit more from a power build, being as you apply vulnerability and give yourself might and fury. You probably get a lot more out of a power build with sword, especially sword. Staff would. I don't know what staff would do. Shield, you're gonna be tanky, so I mean, power, I guess, especially with sword. If you're going sword, and I don't think you'd go mace and shield unless you're doing a Condi tank. Could be fun, Condi tank. But yeah, you only have a spear for aquatics, so yeah, you don't have to play around with trying to figure out which weapon you like better down there. The spear in aquatic is very, very Condi. Lots of conditions, more torment, even more torment the further away you are. Get close, you do vulnerability, that does poison, and you can detonate it, I do believe. Do a brand, do burning. Kind of weird that you can burn somebody underwater, but meh, science. And then that one is a little wall that usually if you want to use it, I would recommend leading with it to create the wall and then initiate the fight, or otherwise by the time the wall creates, they're past it anyways. Learned that the hard way. Yeah, I think I've covered all the bases on that one. Personally, for me, it's a hard DPS role in dungeons. I can see it being used as a tank, and I could see it once. I mean, it's going to be like raid content, meaning you have to get 80 for the shield and all of the healing stuff, but I still think that would make him an even better tank than so much of a healer. Like the Centaur stance gives you a lot of support options, but you still don't have a lot of healing options in your weapons, so it's really tough to effectively fill a healing role, but sure could try. But as always, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to listen to me mess up words more often, and stay up to date on all the videos I'm going to be putting up this week. I think I've got 2 more to record today. It's been a long day recording so far, so I'll catch you guys later.